What is going on, everyone? My name is Boy, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titan's action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color playing as Poseidon. His name is Bubez. His opponent today in the red color playing as Thor. His name's Brickhead. This map is Marsh. It's currently 2-0 for Bubez in this completely random amount of game series. Who knows how many more there's going to be. Bubez playing really well. He's been playing quite a bit, to be honest. Like, I think Bubez, Skadi, Joe, and Hell's Ravage have been playing each other quite a bit recently. And getting really, really strong. So, it's really showing here. Bubez is playing very clean for the most part. So we've got relics on this map, I guess. Ships of Fingernail, really nice relic. Flag of Abuhan, not the most important, but you grab Envelope of Hephaestus in combination with Thor armory upgrades. Okay, here is the strat. Here is the strat for this relic on this map, even if you don't get the relic. So the idea is you go 2 longhouses of Sark, right? And then you make a Dwarven Armory straight after it. And you get out all of your armory upgrades and you just go. And Poseidon is going to go 2 stables thinking you go raiding cavalry. And you just completely roll over his Hippocon. Until he makes Hoplite and Doxotes and you lose. So, that's the strategy. I don't know. Brickhead. The other option is you can play standard and just make raiding cavalry and get town centers and win with Ragnarok. With this much hunt on the map, it's a very good Norse map. This is Marsh is probably the best Thor map, the best map. Thor's going to be happy with seeing this map most of the time. But it's funny, while Thor does benefit quite a bit from it, so does every other civilization. So civs like Poseidon can do crazy strats like Ares all ends with like making Cyclops, and there's not a lot that the Norse can really do against him. And the temple's going up in the back of the base. I like this from Brickhead, respecting an Ares push when there's kind of a rubbish gold mine here. We do see Hermes though for Bubez, nothing too special. I mean, it's no surprise. He didn't move the temple forward, so going Ares rush is just a bit slow to get the Cyclops up there. But this gold mine's really bad. There is a nice gold mine here though that he can grab. Oh. Is there any other relics on the map, or is that it? Oopsie, so I meant to go exclam M. This one. Kopesh of Horus. Ooh, another good relic for Brickhead to deal with those Centaur. Also, gold mines are a bit funny here. They're all in the corner of the map here. But he gets a nice one in this spot that he can wall up easily enough. Moving the gatherers forward onto these water buffalo. A little bit aggressive. If Bubez had made an early Theseus, he could push off this. That's a super early Hermes as well, like 4-minute advance time. I mean, I like it. It's really going to put Brickhead under the pressure. Now, here's the real question. Is it worth to put like these dwarves that are mining gold right now onto wood while you advance for like 30 seconds in order to get out more wood so you can spam down these longhouses a little bit faster, maybe advance a little bit quicker? Well, the temple comes down trying to trap the centaur, but he gets a little gap. Gets a little bit more, a couple more hits onto it though. That's really big. You can't see chat because of the webcam. What do you mean? You can see the chat. Look, you can see it. You literally can see every single bit of it. What are you talking about? Please stop, Gully. Please, please. You make a fool of yourself. Alright. The Hippocon coming in. There's enough army right now for Brickhead to deal with this, so as long as you can run this guy away to get the flagstone. But I think Bubez got Anvil for Feisters, so he's going to be really happy with that one. He gets basically the same unique upgrade that the Brickhead gets. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you, man. Yes. Interesting. The Hippocon coming in. Medium Raiders coming out because we are housed. Because you need to use all these army to help fight. One villager does fall there. I think this is just unnecessary. There's these deer over here which Brickhead could just be eating happily. But he wants to gather the water buffalo. Fair enough. If he gets out these raiding cavalry, medium raiders, he can fight this and probably win. I honestly don't think it's a bad idea either to have just made 5 Ulfsark out of these longhouse-ish. Like maybe 4 or 5 just out of the longhouse before the raiders start coming out, just to defend against this and hold on to this hunt. Because they come out really quickly and then you can just transition into pure raiders and maybe fake your opponent into thinking you're going pure Ulfsark and they might throw down an archery range. But the Hippocon coming in, going for the raids. Maybe going to hit this gatherer, but do not get it as the medium raiders are going to push Bubez back. So this game playing out very differently from the Ghost Lake game. Able to really hold on and not take any damage from that early advance time from Bubez. So this is looking really good for Brickhead. We'll see if he can make it work nicely and not throw away too many raiders now that he's going to be looking for something to attack. But there's really not a lot of stuff to attack. So nice walls and building placement for Bubez. A little bit of a gap here that the raiders can run in, but it's a bit of a trap. You don't want to be running through that, because if you run in and hit this gold mine and the Hippocon come in and around and trap you in there, it's going to be really bad. Nice forest fire here, going to be opening the base up. Bubez is going to be under a lot of pressure right now as Brickhead pushes in. Pick off the Hippocon as well. You see, has managed to actually get one. That's probably the first hit. Ooh, nice raid from Hippocon, but brilliant reaction from Brickhead. Population now is 84 to 87, so really close in all regards. But that, if you're close to the to the North player, you're actually in front, is what I've been told. Sorry, if you're close to the North player, you're actually behind, I should say. And moving in, looks like we're ready for a fight here. These medium raiders are going to be making mincemeat of the Hippocon if he can get his entire army over here. But he's looking a little bit scared for his villagers. Moving up to these water buffalo, not a bad idea. It's a nice, safe spot. Out of sight, out of mind. Not going to be moving forward to anything too early. We do see that Bubez is on his deer and on his pigs as well, so nice and safe as well. A couple of raiders just looking for no shenanigans going on. We do see... Well, I think Brickhead can probably think about fighting this. Once you get 115 pop, the Hippocon versus the Raiders becomes a Raider advantage, because Hippocon costs 3 population. So 115 pop of Hippocon versus 115 pop of medium Raiders means that there are like a third more Raiders, right? So if he can fight now, it's going to be his best opportunity in the classical age. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bubez just get heroic edge really soon though. He's actually super far away from it as well. But looking like the raid's coming in. Dwarves going over to this location. I like that he went here. There's a nice town center. really good walls can go up here to defend, as opposed to this one, which is a little bit out of the way. And the Raiders are actually going to meet head on with these Hippocon, and this is going to be absolutely huge for Brickhead because these Raiders are fast. He's got Thundering Hooves. There is no, what's it called? There's no Spirited Charge for the medium Hippocon. So these are 6.6 speed Hippocon versus the 5.5 speed, sorry, 6.6 Raiders versus the 5.5 speed Hippocon. So they're going to lose a lot of HP, and most of them, or a lot of them, are going to lose their lives as well as these Raiders chase them down. Not trying to micro in front. I would have liked to see like the back of these Raiders get pulled around and run in front and try and get a surround or something, but he's happy to just get the kills there. And that's going to force even more units to get pumped out now for Bubez, who's going to be behind on the race to the Heroic Age. We do see Skadi is coming through for Brickhead, which is really, really smart. Not going Bragi in this matchup is really important because you need the Frost Giant to deal with the Greek late game if you ever get there. So if you go Bragi, you're saying, I need to win with flaming weapons or I lose, basically, because you have no real way of dealing with the late game of Greek without Skadi. So Bubez looking for blood though. He's a little bit angry that he's lost all those Hippocon, but Brickhead just wins this. Like, look at the population. 111 and Bubez is 109, so all of these raids are going to do ridiculous amounts of damage. But I guess the Hippocon do have Spirited Charge and to have armor as well. What's this? They've got Copper Weapons, Spirited Charge, and Copper Mail. And I think that the Raiders actually might come out in front because Thundering Hooves gives you extra hit points. And then on top of that, he's going for hack armor, which makes the hit points last even longer against the Hippocon, who's all going for damage. So I think that actually works out in favor for the Raiders rather than the Hippocon, but it's got to be close. It's got to be close. Who knows? But the frost is in, the ceasefire is down. There is no market to speak of just yet. Probably going to be seeing a heavy Raiders coming in, surely. No heavy Raiders comes in. Oh, the raid though. The Raiders are in on the gold mine. The village is going to be turning around to fight, but they are fighting against some pretty strong Raiders here. And these medium Raiders are going to be engaging the medium Hippocon. I don't know if I like that. Losing all of those Raiders here is going to be really, really bad. And the villagers are super out of position. Aphrodite comes in. Curse comes down. And that's going to be huge. That's like 7 pigs here that get picked off. And Bubez is going to be turning this game on its head right now. Looking to grab the second town center as well with that one Ulfsark. It's going to be really, really difficult. And now, looking at the population differences, it's 95 to 115. So Brickhead needs to recoup his losses there before he decides to fight again. These villagers are a little bit out of position. Need to run them at least to the sentry tower, which he is going to be doing. The Raiders do engage the army at this point, maybe a little bit early, but maybe it's going to be okay because his armory upgrades have kicked in, whereas Bubez is sitting still at only copper mail and copper weapons. So Brickhead probably going to be able to win this one. And he's also got a Ursa. If he can keep this Ursa alive and use it on the Nemean Lion, it's going to be really big. Or use the Frost Giant on top of that Nemean Lion as well. But Atlantis in, there's also, well, the Hippolyta gets picked off, but Atlantis here, so she will be able to pick off that Frost Giant really easily. But if the Frost Giant can get the Frost Breath onto the Nemean Lion, then at least you can get the Herso to deal a lot of damage, which we're going to be seeing him try and do. And he does manage to get that Frost Breath on there. Need to get the Herso to do the same onto the Nemean Lion, but it looks like Frost Giant does fall down. Heavy Hippocon have come in, starting to make Prodromus now, so we're going to have to start seeing Brickhead moving away from these Raiders into Ulfsark, which is actually something he may want to be doing. But it's looking like he's also kind of out of hunt, or maybe not out of hunt, he's still kind of going okay. And the Nemean Lion is just about to get picked off. Frost Giant makes sure of that as the Herso bashes away. And this cavalry army of Bubez is going to have to retreat. See more Nemean Lions getting produced. But the Prodromus Hippocon army is going to be a difficult one for Brickhead to contend with if he sticks with just his Raiders. Because as soon as this starts becoming about 10 Prodromus. Doesn't matter how many Raiders he has. If there's Hippocon mixed in as well, it's not going to go well for him at all. Beyond that, he also needs some infantry to be building stuff. You can see no town centers going up just yet, which is huge. Oh, the raid coming in though. The villagers do have an escape path through this wooden wall though. And they are going to be looking for blood here. They do miss it though. The line of sight's really low on these Hippocon, and he's searching in the back corner for a gold mine. Not going to find it. Town center going to be coming up. The raiders are moving back because they've spotted the Hippocon. Going to clean those up, and we do see some frost giants defending the forward hunt. But Atlanta with Nemean Lion raids coming in. This is going to be a difficult one to defend, so he's going to have to retreat here. These Hippocon going to get picked off. Ulfsark's starting to pop out as well. Going to be getting that town center up. As soon as you see the Atlanta, you have to run here. She's just too strong. Dwarves, villagers are going to be retreating. Maybe you can just use the special ability and then retreat until your units get in here. Raiders will be making their way over. Brickhead has a very small amount of food in the bank. He's got too much wood. This is a common trend with Norse because you're always spending a lot of food. You want to get up to like something crazy like 40 villagers gathering food from farms in order to support the Norse army. But once you get there, you're really, really good. So nice raid from Bubez in the middle of this fight here. But the town center about to get up, and he's running away from it. Run towards the town center. He was just about to get up. Feels bad, man. The army moving forward, trying to pick off these units. We do see that Theseus, Atlanta, and Hippolyta doing a lot of work right now as the rest of Bubez or Brickhead's army going to be falling. And the Raiders going to be dying inside the base. Just turn around and attack these bad boys. We do see more farms getting thrown up for Brickhead as his second town center's up. So he's going to be happy about having that one there. And now he's moving on to the deer. So he still has hunt to gather from. So that's extremely good. And the Ulfsark. I'm not sure why Brickhead wants to keep fighting here. He needs to be alive. We do see the market coming down for Brickhead. He's got a lot of gold in the bank, but again, not that much food. He's really going to be struggling. And the Hippocon raids coming in onto these villages right now, absolutely gigantic as they're running away. Do we see Artemis for Bubez anytime soon? I don't think he's going to be getting there. Maybe actually fairly soon. He's got the market down. He just needs to stop building units, which he has done. So that gold account's going to be coming in, which means that Brickhead's not going to be able to get to that next age. And you can see he's traded a lot of resources right now. He's had 1,000 gold there for a hot minute, and he's losing all of these villages here as the Hippocon and the Prodromus are just chasing them down and cutting them down. Now the Ulfsark finally coming in, and Brickhead decides to tap out there. GG. Well played by Bubez, managing to take 3 games in a row off of Brickhead there. Incredibly well played by Bubez. The only thing I can say here for Brickhead is he was definitely in a position to win, but he didn't have the infantry to get this town center up fast or to defend against these heavy Hippocon. He didn't get his own heavy raiders to deal with that, and I think the right move is if your opponent sticks with Hippocon, is to just transition into infantry, because it's much easier for Norse to change the line that they're building instead of just going all raiders or all hoplite. It's really easy for Norse to just go, okay, time to start just building infantry and just go all Ulfsark. Get out medium and heavy infantry for your Ulfsark, and then you win this army pretty hard. Beyond that, I don't think you have to fight Greek that much. I think trying to be as disruptive as possible to your opponent's economy without losing your units, like hitting his walls over here, breaking them down, forcing him to rebuild them, running away when the army comes at you, and just defending raids nicely with walls and things like that. I guess that was the other thing. Without the Ulfsark, he couldn't wall up his base, and he was getting hit with some nasty raids there. But well played, GG.